Alright, so today we're going to start by reviewing our homework. So go ahead and get this homework page out for me. And we're going to go ahead and review that. So, number 1 should have been 7:25. Number 2 was 6:53. Remember, because it's not quite to the 7 yet, it goes back to the 6 and then 53. We count to 50 around, and 1, 2, 3. 5:11, 10:55, next row. 2:40, 9:19, 8:03, and 5:31. For the last one, you needed to draw a line to match the time shown. This one said 7:45. Another way to say 7:45 is 7:45. Number 10 shows 9:30, which is also 8:30. And then the last one shows 8:15, which is 8:15. Nice job. So you can go ahead and recycle your homework if you don't want to keep it, or keep it in a safe place. You might want to use it later. So let's take a look at our slides for today. All right, we reviewed our homework. So I got a question for you. Have you ever had to figure out what time you would be done with the task? Like, I know I want to start baking cookies at 3:30. And I know it's going to take me about 2 hours. Let's say it takes 2 hours to make the cookies. I need to figure out what time I'll be done so I know when I can start my next thing. That's a skill that sometimes we use in life. So today we're going to learn how to do that. Okay, the word for that means elapsed time. In our notebook page, we'll have a little bit more definition, but can you say that with me? Elapsed time. Good. So we are going to practice determining what time something is done after that elapsed time. What time is it? Well, after the time had elapsed or gone past. So you should have 2 pages to print out, one that says elapsed time and one that starts with the word Eddie built a birdhouse, the sentence Eddie built a birdhouse. My trick for printing these is if you want to print them at like 80%, they will fit much better in your notebooks. Okay, so you could do that. So that might be a good thing to do, because if you print a full page, it might be kind of hard to glue it on. So you're going to cut these out and you're going to glue them into your notebook, and I'm going to show you what my notebook looks like. Okay, so on my left page, I'm going to have my elapsed time here, and next to it, I'm going to have Eddie's going on here. Okay, so you're going to have it look like that. And then we'll go through and fill it. So if you need to pause the video while you cut and glue these in, go ahead and do that and come back to it. All right, so let's talk about elapsed time. It's the amount of time that passes between one time and another time, like the start and end. Sometimes they give us the start and how long has passed, and we need to find the end. That's what we are going to do today. We're going to use the strategy called mountains, hills, and rocks to help us figure out what time something ends at. So I'm going to go through and do this practice problem down here. Okay? You might want to have a colored marker next to you. I'm going to use a green marker. Okay? So there you go, got better. Okay? So I'm going to read through my question here first, and then we are going to try and figure the problem out. So Kelly went for a long bike ride. She left her house at 7:10. She rode her bike for 2 hours and 19 minutes. What time did she finish her bike ride? Well, I'm going to read through and I'm going to underline my question. What time did she finish her bike ride? So I need to find the time she is done at. I know some important information from this. I know the time she started, right? She left, or she started at 7:10. And I also know how long she rode. So I'm circling what I know. That's helpful. All right. Now I'm ready to get started. So I'm going to put my marker to the side and get my pencil. So my start time is 7:10. 10. So I like to write that by the start time. So I know start is over here and end is going to be over here. So I'm going to draw a circle to remind me that I need to find out what time she finished at. So I need that blank for now. So to get started with mountain, hills, and rocks, I look at how long has passed. 2 hours and 19 minutes is what we read and we found out. So I'm going to show that first with my mountains, hills, and rocks. So I know 2 hours, I'm going to use my mountains. I know if I do 1, that's 1 hour. And I know 2 hours passed. So I need 2 mountains for 2 hours. Now I need to show 19 minutes. So I'm going to do my hills until I get close to 19 without going over. And then I'm going to switch to rocks to count on. So I'm going to count by 5s because a hill is worth 5. So we got 5, 10, 15. Oh, and if I go one more, I get to 20, and that's too many. So I'm at 5, 10, 15. I'm going to do a little rocks. 16, 17, 18, 19. So I have 19. I'm going to double check. I have 2 hours and 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 minutes. Perfect. Now I can go on and determine what my times are. So I like to count all of my hours first and then write down those times. So I know she starts at 7:10, and 1 hour would be 8:10, and another hour would be 9:10. So I write that underneath. If you want to write 8:10 in there, you can, but you don't have to. I like to kind of work ahead, but write down at certain points so I don't forget. So now I'm going to count on by 5s because a hill was worth 5 minutes, and then I'll count on by 1s. So I'm starting at 9:10 now because I know 2 hours have passed. So I'm at 9:10, 9:15, 9:20, 9:25. So I'm going to write that down because that's the end of my hills. 9:25. Now I count my rocks, which remember are 1 minute. So I'm at 9:25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 9:29. So our end time was 9:29. Then we're going to come over here and put that down here. Now, something else we need to add is if it's AM or PM. So looking at our time, I'm thinking 9:29. I don't think she would have finished at night because 9:29 is kind of late at night for a kid to go bike riding, right? So I think this is AM. So I would put AM here. All right, let's look at our next page. So Eddie is building a birdhouse. It took him 1 hour and 43 minutes. He started at 3:40. What time did he finish? This time they give us the hour, how long it took first, and then what time he started. So I still want to find out what time he finished, similar to Kelly. I know 1 hour 43 minutes, and I know his start time of 3:40. So I'm going to start by filling in my 3:40. And I'm going to show my mountains, hills, and rocks like we did on this page. So mountains, I know my hours, I only have 1 hour. Now I'm going to show my 43 minutes. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 is too much. Whoops. So then I'm going to erase and I'm just going to recount to make sure I got to 40 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and one more would have been 45. Too much. All right, so I got my mountains, I got my hills. Now I go on to my rocks. I remembered I was at 40, so I'm going to add 3 more minutes. 1, 2, 3. Double check I have the right amount. 1 hour and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43 minutes. Perfect. Now I figure out at the end of each kind of section what time it is. So at the end of our mountains, at the end of our hours, we know now it's 4:40. So now I'm going to count on by my 5s. So 4:40, 4:45, 4:50. 4:55. Uh-oh, what comes next? So I was at 4:55, and now I start a new hour, right? Instead of saying 60, it goes to 00. So 4:55, the next one is 5 o'clock. 5:05, 5:10, 5:15. This one is 5:20. We figured out by counting by fives from 4:40 to 5:20. Now I count on 5:21, 5:22, 5:23. So he finished at 5:23. Now let's think. Would he make this in the AM or the PM? Well, I don't know too many people that start building a birdhouse at 3:40 in the morning. Do you? No, so I think this one is PM. If you know of anybody who builds a birdhouse at 3:40 in the morning, tell them I think they're crazy. All right, we got one more to do together. Okay, so we've got Melanie. She's working in our garden. She starts at 9:10 and works for 3 hours and 36 minutes. What time did she finish? So we're going to start by underlining our question. What time did she finish? We're going to circle information that helps us figure this problem out. We know the start time of 9:10, and we know 3 hours, and we know 36 minutes. Okay, so what we're going to do is start by filling in our chart. We know our start of 9:10, right? We don't know our end yet, but we know how many hours and how many minutes. So let's start making our mountains and our peaks. Mountains, hills, and rocks. So we know 3 hours. 1, 2, 3. Notice your mountains don't need to be super wide, just tall. We want to make sure they're different heights is the big thing. Okay, they don't need to be super wide. We don't have a ton of space wide, but we have a good amount of room going up. So I have my 3 hours. Now I'm going to show my 36 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Double check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And I need one rock for my minutes. All right. Now I'm going to figure out what time it is at the end of my mountains. So at the end of my mountains, I started at 9:10. One more hour. This would be 10:10, 11:10. This is 12:10. If I add 3 to 9, I get 12, and my minutes didn't change. I just added my hours. All right, now I'm going to count by fives from 12:10. So 12:10, 12:15, 12:20, 12:25, 12:30, 12:35, 12:40, 12:45. And I know one more minute would have been 12:46. Let's double check over our work. 9, 10, 11, 10, 10, 10, 11, 10, 12, 10. 12:10 to 12:15, 15 to 20, 20 to, I think I messed up. 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45. There we go. One more time. 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 35, 40, 45, and one more is 46. Yep. So we know 12:46. And now, this one's kind of tricky. Do you know, should it be AM or PM? Remember, if it's 12 a.m., that means it's in the morning. It restarts our day at 12 a.m. So are you still sleeping at 12 a.m.? You should be. Melanie shouldn't be working in her garden. So this is PM. All right. So you might want to keep these notebook pages handy to use as notes, and you can look back at these problems if you forget how to use mountain, hills, and rocks. We're going to do some practice problems in class. We are going to do, this one, okay? There's only 5 problems, okay? So go ahead and take your time and work through these. We'll correct these together in just a moment, okay? And then you can work on your homework. So go ahead and pause the video while you work on these 5 problems and unpause the video when you are ready to work on these some more. Okay, so let's look over those classwork pages. So Heidi starts at 7:53. We should draw 48 minutes, and I like to group these together to count as a group of 10, because I know 5 plus 5 is 10. So 53, 803, group these together and count it as a 10. Group these together and count it as a 10. Those two together, count it as a 10, and then 5 more get me to 8:38. Count on, should be 8:41 a.m. Number 5, 8:15, mountain to get to 9:15, hills to get to 10:05, and then rocks to 10:08. Number 6, starting at 10:18, mountains to 1:18, and I did the same thing because this is a nice even grouping, so I added these together to make 10, group of 10, group of 10, and 5 more to get me to 1:43. Count on to get me to 1:47 p.m. Okay. Number 7, starting at 6:45, 1 hour would be 7:45. 5 minutes would get me to 7:50. I didn't put that down because I could keep that one in my head. And then my rock, 1 more would have been 7:51. And this one could be either, but I'm feeling PM. I don't know too many people that like to start writing at 6:45 and then, oh, it even says PM right there. Yep, so this one has to be PM. All right, this time we've got Milton. He leaves at 6:58, so we have that weird grouping. So I'm going to make groups of 10 to help me. So I'm going to start with my 6 hours and 47 minutes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. And let's go, I'll make that a little bigger. Let's go 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47. Little rocks at the end. So the end of my hours would be 6, this would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we're to noon, because 6 plus 6 is 12. So we have 6, sorry I'm running out of room on the bottom, 6:58. Then we keep counting on. So we have 6:58, and let's add a group of 10. So this would be, 10:58. Now we add 10 minutes. So I like to imagine this is almost 1 o'clock, right? 1 o'clock plus 10 minutes would be 1:10. So coming back 2 minutes, this would be 1:08. Add another 10 minutes, we're at 1:18. Add another 10 minutes, we're at 1:28. Add another 10 minutes, these two together, we are at 1:38. Add 5 more minutes, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. So we're at 1:43. And I add on 2 more minutes, so he returns at 1:45. And my guess is he leaves in the morning, because that's what it said, right? I'm using the text in the morning. So now he gets back at 1:45. Is it still morning? Nope, it switches over, so now it's PM. Alright. Remember, you can always rewatch this video and rewind it and pause it if you needed more work time or to see how we did something. So, that was our classwork. Good job. Then you have your homework to do. We're keeping it in a binder that we call a star binder. You can keep it in a binder or in your safe place that you have for your homework at home. and let Mrs. Wells know if you have any questions. Good job, and we will review our homework, which is this page front and back, or 2 pages, however you have it printed, tomorrow at the start of class. Good job. Bye.